Hi, I've been researching the way that different pathogens leave the body, and I think that is the key to immunology. And I think that when you combine whatever the pathogen is with the lectin that breaks it down, and a lectin is basically what an antibody is. That's a protein that binds to a carbohydrate or other things, but usually a carbohydrate. That is also what thickens or thins it enough to dissolve it into whatever pathway it leaves the body. So, for example, a tick bite, mammalian meat allergy, if you get a tick bite, that's got anticoagulant in it, and that's going to make the whatever the pathogen is leave through there instead of leaving through the normal way, which would normally be the bowel. But there's many detox pathways. So, for example, rabies, a dog bite, that needs to leave via a protein, whereas it's leaving through the skin. And so the protein is what would be in the immunisation for that. Many examples, pretty much anything that's going to make you sick, it needs to leave through the way that's going to do the least damage to your body. So, for example, I might be sick at the moment because I experimentally ate some soybean and some other beans, and then had pearl because the one of the lectins for soybean, it binds to chitin, which is in pearl, and it immediately thickened and my joints got very stiff. So I thought I need to post this video, because what needed to happen was I needed to do a pearl suppository, and so I did, but I don't know if it was too late. It doesn't really matter, but because so just figure out what your pathogen is. So, for example, the coronavirus, if it is being spread by bats, well, they do eat papaya, so it makes sense that there'd be a protein in papaya, either in the latex of the leaf or stem or in the seed. That if it tests positive, like if it's used in the test, and if it binds to in the test, that's going to get it out of the body. So I don't know yet which is the best exit pathway for that. One of them I think is chitin, so it'd be good to use a pearl suppository to get it out of there. The latex one, I think it's glucose is one, and that other kind of sugar, which I forget the name of, is the other. And I don't really know their exit pathways, because at the moment with diabetes, the exit pathway that we've got is it's exiting through the urine in diabetes, and it needs to not do that. It needs to exit, I would guess, through the colon, and we do have the seed of the sugarcane plant. That protein should be able to be a suppository and should be able to cure type 1 diabetes if this hypothesis is correct. Many others, like this is the reason why bladder infection with E. coli works with mannose, because when you drink some mannose, that starts exiting through the bladder instead of through the colon, because it will bind, and that's why that works. So all of our medicines are working in this way. Heaps more examples I can't think off the top of my head, but we can fix a lot of these things. We can just change the protein exit where it leaves from. I'll do another video when I think of more of them. Bye. Another thing is the reason why allergies, a skin prick test works, is because when you apply that allergen to the body, the protein chain is trying to take it out through the skin instead of out through its proper method. So that's one reason for that. Also, sometimes mercury is involved in some of the excretion through the colon, which might explain why certain mushrooms that they are full of lectin, sorry, not lectin, chitin, or both, and they will strongly bind it, so it will be removing it from the body that way. And we don't digest lactose very well, and lactose happens to bind to just the white portobello mushroom. And the reason why mushrooms are toxic to us is because their specific kinds of proteins bind to different lectins and make them either thicker or thinner. They change the viscosity, and that may or may not be able to be dissolved by whatever fluids they're coming into contact with. So even like storing excess fat, when the body is trying to get rid of sugars, it's getting redirected back into the bloodstream because it's combining with fats and probably using mercury, and it's just not soluble enough to leave us as a stool, so it's going back around into the fat cells, and it's storing up toxins each time that the glucose is ending up in a fat cell. Anyway, I've got it written down in a better way than this. I probably should use that. Okay, bye. And also sepsis, toxic shock, and any bacteria getting into the blood, it's just not leaving quick enough and most efficiently through whatever channel it needs to lead through. So whatever it wants to bind with, that has a specific channel that the body knows how to get rid of. It just is binding with proteins, and that's how we evolved. Like the whole DNA sequence is just basically a list of proteins and how what turns and twists they need to take in the body to get out. So medicine is about what you're removing from the body. It's not really about what you're putting in. It's about how to get the toxins out of there to live longer.